So much more to this restaurant life. So much more to this restaurant life. So much more to this restaurant life.
Hey,
let's go.
Matt Brown coming at you from Restaurant Life at a different location with different people. I turned it on for you there, didn't I?
Here we go.
We're at the Blue. I'm excited. I can't help myself. I'm excited.
What a schmuck.
I was waiting for it. I just wanted to get you guys going a little bit. We are here at the Blue Duck Kitchen in Rochester.
Yeah.
That's right. Here with my brothers, Michael and David Brown from Travail Kitchen and Amusements. They came all the way down to Rochester to hang out with us. Welcome.
Early ups for us after a little employee party last night.
Employee party.
Yeah, we had a little gathering. Did some trivia and just pour your own beer out of the taps at Nouvelle Brewing. So it was a bit of a. Dave's doing just fine.
Dave's doing great over there. He's
Dave.
He's here in body. His spirit will be here in 20 minutes or so.
Yeah.
Aquafina's helping.
This place is cool, man. Who owns this joint?
So this is Eric Cleven's joint with Jen. I forget her last name, but they own and operate it.
Eric and Jen. Huh?
Eric and Jen, and they've been open for about 5 years. I want to say almost 5 years.
Wow.
They're about a year after us when they opened up, and dude, yeah, they're killing it here. This is.
I don't get to Rochester very often, but you were saying this is the spot, basically.
This is the spot. This is the one that people talk about. Have you been here yet? Have you tried there yet? They're the ones that do seasonal menus.
Yeah.
More
of a chef's to table type
absolutely,
thing.
Absolutely.
Walked in, I saw that oyster bar, and I was like, "That's I'd probably park it there for a while.
Yeah.
Spend all my money."
We do. When Heidi and I come to town, this is definitely what we sit at the bar.
Dave would sit there, drink beer, and eat oysters, and enjoy himself quite well.
I think I would be drinking champagne.
Oh, sorry.
The bubbles, yes, of course, yes.
Yeah.
No, it's a great vibe. When they have the food and the service and the selection. When you walk in, it's got that comforting. You want to be here, hang out vibe for sure.
Yeah, I'm down. Dave,
what days are they open?
Yeah,
they are open. I believe it is Wednesday through Saturday, and I think they do a Sunday brunch. I'll have to check that for you though.
Nice.
And we can check that out. Luke can check it out, or we can put it up on our link bio in here.
To get here for a brunch, oyster our brains out.
Yeah, it is.
It's pretty cool. They have like a really cool up front area. You can tell it's like kind of showcasing the chefs doing their thing, and then there's like this big back area where you can like party and do.
Yeah, this is. I've never
like
been
a
back.
Serious private event back here.
We were gonna set up front, and I kind of just took a look back here. I'm like, oh, dude.
Yeah.
This is nice. I didn't know this was back here.
It's really cool, man. It's like an really cool old building that's got like a bunch of character.
They did a really great job doing the renovation. It's got that vibe. It reminds me of Estelle's when you walk in.
It does. It's kind of got the same layout. It's a bigger space, but you have more of that outdoor space now.
Oh yeah, the big the big boy.
Let's do a whole podcast on Estelle's outdoor space because that was a pretty big step up. I showed up into town one day and there's like a whole nother restaurant outside of his building. I was like, oh my god. Went big on the patio.
We really did. Well, the beautiful thing about Fillmore County is there's no building codes.
Right.
So
there's no rules.
There's rules, but they're
there's rules. There's no rules.
They got guidelines.
Yeah, there's guidelines.
Try to stay within them.
But it's just you got to make sure your plumbing's good and your electric's good. Otherwise, it's a free for all.
If it ain't gonna burn down, it's good.
So
it doesn't gonna fall on anyone. You're fine.
So it was like,
who built this? The Amish?
Yeah,
perfect.
they did.
It'll stay up forever.
And that was literally the conversation with Enos, the Amish contractor.
Yeah.
His name is Enos. It was like, Enos, how far this way can we go and how far wide can we go? And he's like, well, Matt, it's basically a big pole barn, so this is as big as you can go this way and that way, and that's what we did.
Designed by Enos.
Yes.
He's like, don't worry about those fees. I have no fees here. I'm just going to design this as I build it for you.
I didn't know, because I just in the dark as far as like how long it would take is for the construction.
Yeah.
I'm thinking a month. I'm thinking a month and a half. You know,
Yeah.
like what's our time frame here? He's like, Matt, once I get the hammer out, we're going. And they literally had the structure up in 2 days.
Oh yeah.
It was like,
Yeah, they had to frame that bad boy up in a couple days.
it was amazing, man. It was just
man.
amazing watching them go. They are hard
Half
working
our-
and they're fun too.
half our furniture at Nouvelle at the brewery is Amish connection that
from our Connect.
Yeah,
From Marty. Yep.
He built all of our boothing, and I just refer him to everybody. They're like, "Where do you get this? Where do you get?" I'm like, "Here's Marty's number. You got to call, like, leave a message. He'll get back to you." There's a little bit of a process, but once you get through that, the price is right, and the quality is real.
The quality is insane.
Even though it's hard, it's like hard surface seating. It's like designed to cup your buns and your
Yes.
back. It like you sit down in it and you're kind of scared because I'm sitting in this hardwood oak bar stool, and then you realize like it's like actually just perfectly. And the pew, like he was like, so you went pews? I'm like, well, booths. He's like, pews. So the pews have a divot for your butt bone too,
Yep.
and it actually you can sit there as long as you want. You know, your
And
butt
that
doesn't
was
get tired.
how we found it. Was we just went to eat at Top and Goliath
Yeah.
in Decorah, and we sat because we were in the market for new bar stools. We were sitting at the bar. I'm sitting there. I'm like, where did you get these? And
Yeah.
that was just it. Like the proof is in the pudding. We literally sat down. It's like, these are what we need.
Shout out to Marty if you're watching. Oh, never mind, Marty.
Wow, Marty.
I'm messing with you, man.
Oh, Marty.
You'll never see this. Marty,
I think he has a cell phone now.
Marty
though.
will never see
Yeah,
this.
he's
It's
like
not in his pocket. That's
Yeah.
for sure. He doesn't have a cell phone in his pocket.
I think he just got one though.
Yeah, he's a huge fan of the pizza that we do, and we always
Oh, he loves it, dude.
we always
talk-
throw down on food for him, and I don't know, he's been great, just great.
We talk about it all the time. There's,
Piggy pie.
he loves it. He loves the whole industry.
Yeah, he gives me crap about how much we look alike.
Yeah.
Man, and you too. He's like, well, I can tell you you have two brothers, one here and one in Harmony. I'm like, yeah, man. Like same litter is what we've always said.
That's right. Same letter, baby.
Pretty
We're
much 3 levels of brown here.
That's right. People always ask me, because they see us hang out, and
Yeah.
and other people that have siblings and brothers. We actually genuinely get along,
Yeah.
and enjoy each other's company. Like,
Yeah.
it's not a fake thing. We actually really have a good time. We're different people, but we do see the world a lot alike in a lot of different
It's a
ways.
good foundation.
Right.
I think that.
What's your thoughts on abortion?
So this war in Ukraine, Dave, what are we doing about this?
Oh my God. We actually kind of politically align as well. I mean, it's honestly like.
Okay, we're not going.
No, we're
down
not
I'm not going down that road. I'm just saying, like,
back to the restaurant stuff.
there's
Back to the food.
joke.
there's really no major riff in the, it's like.
We're blessed. We're blessed with this great
We've-
relationship that we have, and we're
Yeah.
able to have open communication. Where I could be like, "Hey, Mike and Dave, can you come down for the podcast?
Yeah.
and we can hang out and chill, and it's just.
And it's more about, for this is like more about just coming to see you because I haven't seen you in a while.
I know that's what I was telling Heidi. I go, I'm just excited to hang out.
Yeah,
Right.
because like I'm excited to go get some food after this, and
Yeah. I think we're gonna check out Forager after this.
Nice,
Shout
yeah.
out to Forager in Rochester. If you've ever been there, they got awesome food, great beer. They do
I
their
love
own
Forager.
beer. Austin, he's their head brewer over there. He's a genius, mad genius.
Yeah. Our head brewer Andy Gesh, he's definitely. I mean, the Brewers, it's a pretty tight knit
Yeah.
group, but
Subculture.
it's subculture. But there's definitely some serious respect for Forager Brewing, and Andy's looking to collaborate with them at some point.
Very cool.
We try to do as many collaborations as possible, but yeah, it's always fun to watch the brewers kind of get together and throw their minds together. And
Yeah.
then what's cool about what they produce, it's like they can keg up 20 kegs or whatever, and it's around. I mean, it's different when you're chefs because it's kind of like a one night thing.
Sure.
Like you get together and you're just like, all right, whoever was here got to be here with it.
Experience what we did this
Yeah.
this evening.
You might get a special out of it that can like kind of
Sure.
carry on, but the reality is like
It's a one-night stand.
it's a one-nighter, and with the brewing world, it's like you get to actually, share it with both places, and like both places are actually get to kind of jam out on what you guys collaborated on,
Yeah, that's a good way to put it as far as the time frame of it, of being able to enjoy it longer than just one night when you're doing food.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bottle it up and save it.
Yeah.
That's the thing with like Surly Darkness. When you get it, like I still have one from 4 years ago.
Yeah.
That you can enjoy. It's kind of like a fine wine.
That's a big deal in the beer world. These bottle releases, it's like you got your beers that kind of feed the hogs, and then you have the beers that that people are looking for.
What do you mean feed the hogs?
Feed the hogs, like Dave over here.
We talk.
We got Dave.
We got Dave here drinking old style off the off the tap.
He's just like,
yeah, it's time for my feeding. Yeah.
They got great chairs, good ass grooves in them.
You know why I like this place? Big ass grooves.
Yesterday,
old style on
we
tap.
had this company party, and the big part of it is that we always have trivia on Sundays at Nouvelle. So we basically do brunch in the morning.
Okay.
And then we go into trivia at 4:30 or something like that, and so we're just like, well, we're gonna shut it down for dinner service, and we're gonna do trivia still with our company party.
Okay.
So we just kind of used our own space for a company party because it was it's one of those things where we were supposed to have a company party in January, and then late January, and then all the COVID crap. So you're like, whatever, we're just gonna get this. We're gonna get this in the books here. Like we're gonna have a company party. So, but we kept the trivia, and Dave happens to be
trivia king.
Like a ridiculous trivia. He's like,
just so everybody knows.
Yeah.
Dave is.
So, anyways,
better than all of you. Trivia.
This process goes down, and people are giving him rules like you can't be with any older adults that have
more knowledge,
length, wisdom, knowledge,
backlogged.
Backlogged, filed knowledge. You need to pick a very young. So he partners up with a 16-year-old or a 17-year-old,
16-year-old,
and a 16-year-old,
the
and a 21-year-old, and it was you can only have 4 on a team. And it's this little young group and Dave. And, whatever. You go through all the questions. You can see Dave's over there just and he's and then oh, yeah, good. I'm like, it's what the hell's happening over here? And I'm on my team. And
Dave's holding court.
Dave's throwing down. And we basically get to the end. It's top 3 teams, out of 50. It's 32 and a half, 34, and then 43. Dave... they
helped.
over there. They helped.
Dude, they wrote down the answers when I told them.
I walked over there and I was like, "Hey guys, how does it feel to play a round of golf with Tiger Woods over here? Is that fun?" They're like, "Yeah." I'm like, "There's no way any of the geography questions were even questioned over here."
No.
For any of you guys, Dave just
the 16-year-old got Tanzania.
Oh,
where's Mount Kilimanjaro located?
Hey, where's Mount Kilimanjaro?
She's like, I think it's in Tanzania. I did it.
Did you know that?
I did not know that.
I think I did a report on it. I'm like,
way you knew that.
There's no way.
It's good to know.
You gotta lie to me right now, Dave. In honor of you coming, though, I do have a Jeopardy question for you. What was? And I just saw this at the weight room on the TV. I was like, that'll be a good one. What was the first CD pressed in America? CD.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my God. That sounds like you don't even know this answer.
No. I'm gonna take a flyer on it though.
Take a flyer?
First CD. It's music, right?
It's music.
Okay.
Yep. I'll give you the genre. It's rock.
That's a trivial brain, that question right there.
Yep.
He just narrowed it down to a whole section.
Back in Black, AC/DC.
That's a great guess.
All right, I'm gonna guess.
No, that is not correct, but that is a great guess. But that's...
Can I ask a question?
Yes, please.
When was it printed? What year?
I don't think it said. It just said what was the first one. So I don't know. But I would say the 90s CDs.
I'm going to say Van Halen.
Early 90s, maybe.
Van Halen.
80s.
Late 80s, I think.
I think late 80s, yeah.
Appetite for
I'm
Destruction.
guessing it's not right that I'm saying
that is not correct.
All right. He's just like, I'm talking over you because you're stupid and you're just guessing stupid guesses.
You said it was rock, right?
Yeah, it is rock.
It is rock.
It is a single artist.
Oh,
Oh my God. Paul
Moby.
Simon.
No, good guess though. Did you say Moby?
Fart Narfunkel. What's the other
Moby.
guy's name? Hall & Oates.
That's a great guess too. It was Bruce Springsteen, Born to
The Boss.
The Boss had the first CD pressed.
Well, that makes sense.
Put that in
He's the boss.
the vault.
Yeah, put that in the old.
That's
the old
Bruce
Rolodex
Springsteen, if y'all didn't know.
There. That's
The Boss.
So yeah, I stumped the Schwab there.
You said
BTR. Born to
Baby,
Run.
we were born to run. Strap your arms around my engines.
he was a big deal. Still is, but like when that CD came out,
Oh, yeah.
oh my
He was-
God.
It's right in the wheelhouse time.
Yeah.
Yeah, being the boss.
Yeah. He was I mean, have you seen The Boss?
Have you been to the concert?
I feel like you've seen him.
I feel like you
No,
have too.
I had to work.
You had to
Dave
work.
also goes
Katie-
to a lot of shows. for
KDK
everyone's-
went instead.
For everyone's information, Dave Brown. A lot
I
of
just saw the
shows.
Glass Animals on
Yeah.
He told-
Thursday.
Well, I didn't know who they were.
We
And
had
then-
like 2 sneaky concert viewings.
And then
so
he
he went and
sent me the
saw
song.
Glass Animals, and I saw Tool
Yeah,
on
Saturday.
Saturday.
Last Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah, I talked to Eric Paulson
They've still got it.
2 days ago. He's like,
Holy shit.
that was life changing.
Dude. It's like, oh my God. These guys are like ridiculous musicians, man.
Oh yeah, they're next level.
I mean,
They're
Glass
their own
Animals
level.
probably the same situation. Those guys are really good too.
Yeah, I only knew one song.
Well, yeah, and that's the one you sent me. And I was like,
Not that one. That's the new one.
That's
Mine
the
was
new one.
Mine's the Bye Bye Baby Blue.
Do we just sing the same song?
I think so.
Bye bye.
They're very. They have a style.
Similar
They
style.
do have a,
They have a certain style, and I was like, all right.
it's you know what I call it? It's like brunch music.
There you
You
go.
know,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
go mix it out in a little brunch music.
Yeah.
Get a little like you put a little. You know, it's not. I don't know. Saroy
I was
really
walking
likes
on
it.
a dream.
Yeah.
How can I explain?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just like funky.
Talking
And,
to myself.
I was trying to explain it to my Uber driver, who was an African American gentleman. He's like, "What kind of music do you like?" Like Glass Animals. They're like that. He's like, I go, "You ever like I was like trying to name
MGMT?
Yeah, like MGMT. Like
Yeah.
he's like, no.
No.
He's like, I'm like, they're like
no.
the band that all the white kids go to.
Yeah, that's probably like all college. Seriously, that's probably all college kids from
And I
U
go-
of M.
Yes.
Yeah, and I'm like, yeah. I
And-
was like, he goes, oh, okay. I was like,
Alright.
and then that's what it was. It was me, three
Yeah.
50-year-old dudes, because my boss from the shop, he had the tickets.
Yeah.
And it was him and his 2 friends, and
then a
then
bunch of college
the
kids.
entire college of University of Minnesota. And like, it was funny because I was like standing there and like was moving a little bit, but the 3 of them just stood in the back like this, watched this show while like, all these people were dancing around.
The old
and
dudes.
stuff.
The old guys in the
I was like,
back,
old dudes in the back.
making sure.
You don't have many options at a
gets out of
concert
hand.
when you're an old dude. It's either that or you're like
Yeah.
the weird old dude who's out
Yeah,
there
yeah.
and everyone's like, Jesus.
That guy's way out there.
Oh my God. Does he live at this venue? Like
That's literally-
what's he doing here?
Exactly. That's literally like a show by itself. That's like a show within the show.
His-
You see the old guy just spaced out.
His
doing
show
this
is
weird
at
dance.
the Armory, which is actually a really great venue. I don't know if you've been there.
No, I haven't.
It's
Downtown.
it
It
was
used to be-
the Minneapolis Armory.
Oh,
It was
sure,
an
sure.
armory. Like it
Was that the one that Nick Toffanelli redid? Was that space?
I mean, there's only one armory.
I don't know if it's. I know he redid a space downtown for events and for. I don't think it's concerts though. I don't think that's the
The
same.
Minneapolis Lakers played there before they got stolen.
Different place. I'm thinking of a different spot.
They stole him.
Before the LA
You guys know
stole him.
Yep. And then it was
Shout out to the Lakers. Used to be a Minnesota team.
Yeah.
Remember when they stole our team?
Whole lot of lakes down in Cali.
Yeah. It's like, was that basketball?
Yeah.
And then they went to where there are no lakes. And the the New Orleans Jazz went to Utah, where there is no jazz.
And then the North Stars went to Texas.
They just
Yeah.
became the Stars.
Yeah. They are just the Stars now. That's what
Yeah.
All right.
Dallas Stars.
Fine.
I liked all those previous names better.
Yeah. Before
Like
they stole them and changed them.
the Wild is, it's it's like whatever.
There was
kinda-
one that was going to
That's a whatever. I
It
think
is
the
kinda.
Timberwolves is kind of a whatever. Like
Yeah.
I get it. I grew up with wolves and the wolves. I grew up.
You grew up with
I grew up with wolves. No,
I don't remember.
that's why we're
this.
so close.
Is this-
We had to hunt for our own food and chase
we
it down.
We all
and-
slept together in a pack
Yeah.
and shared dead rabbits. We're really close. We're a tight family.
Yes, it was. It
You
was.
guys are weird.
Yep.
Not us.
So I don't know. I don't know. I just like the old. I like the old names. It sucks that they're gone. And you know, you get. I mean, we got what we got. The Vikings. That's a great Minnesota one. And
Yeah.
I love everything about it.
Yeah.
The
Twins are
Twins.
good.
You like the new coach?
Twins are perfect.
You like the new direction?
I don't
you know?
even know what the hell's gonna happen.
I know. Nobody does.
Like
I like the new energy.
you can listen as much as you want.
Yeah.
To whatever you know.
I know.
The talk radio is gonna say,
I
but
was-
you're like, what the hell's even gonna happen here?
A lot of new stuff. I like that. I like that it's a lot of new direction.
Yeah, like the defense.
vision.
The defense in general is like completely changing.
Yeah,
Overhaul.
going to 3-4.
and
3-4.
you know
4-3.
we
Watch out. We're still
double
throw that
down on
nickel-
Kirk
nickel
Cousins,
blitz.
who's a bedwetter in my.
Well-
my
Hey now.
We didn't.
I've always said that.
Yeah, he has.
I'm just like, dude, this guy, come on. And
They,
now it's like,
well, they had to clear
You got to
cap.
get him moving. You got to get him moving. You got
They
to
had
play
to-
action.
They
You
had,
got
to,
to get him
they had to
moving.
clear cap space.
yeah,
You gotta clear
Like,
caps.
in order to do that, they had to give him money, but at the same time, it spread out his shit over
Yeah.
more years.
well, it's
So-
And there wasn't much else out there.
it's
let's
for
be
both,
honest.
but it's
You
for
know?
both parties. It's like, hey, you want us to be able to keep half the defense, right? You have to like strike another
Make
deal.
some room.
Make a deal with us here.
Yeah.
So
Which he did, which is cool.
yeah, he did. It's
For
cool.
a year anyway.
Yeah,
So
he's. We'll see.
we'll see.
We'll see.
Hey, let's go back to names stuff. Nouvelle.
Yeah,
Let's talk about
Nouvelle.
your new thing. So it was Pick Up My Pizza.
Yep.
I was part of that when we opened.
Yep.
It was great. And then you moved venues and you opened up a microbrewery
Yep.
as well in that space.
Yeah.
And now it's changed from Pick Up My Pizza to Nouvelle.
Yep. So Nouvelle was the name itself. We'll touch
Yeah.
on that.
Yeah.
That was a man. That was like months of just minds just clashing on what are we gonna name it? What are we gonna name it? Hundreds and hundreds of names, and we kind of had like a eureka moment with Nouvelle. We're just like, it's about, you know, the changing of the brand was to kind of focus it more as a brewery. Because, like I said earlier, Andy, our brewer, is really good.
He is awesome.
Really
Talented.
good. Really good. And
Great guy, too.
yeah,
Love
great
you,
guy. And he great guy. No, see, so his thing is that he was a chef for us. He was the chef de cuisine of Travail for like 3-4 years.
Yep.
And the pivot into this new space with the brewery, he had been brewing for 10 years. He just has always had,
That mind.
Yeah, well,
mind for it.
he's wanted to do it, and we said, hey, do you want to do this? It's going to be a big cost if you do it, but he's like, yeah. So he's basically, he's coming at it with this palette and mindset of what we have in the kitchen, and
Yep.
it's pretty interesting take on things. And we've been open for like 3 years, so he's been the head brewer here in a small batch system. It's like a 3-barrel brew house, and we have like 6-barrel brights, so he'll like brew twice and fill up brights in the fermenters, and he runs like 24 different taps.
Right on.
Yeah, and he has like 6 in the tank. Like,
Does he have his own crew, like just for brewing?
So it's him and another guy named Aaron,
Okay.
and they kind of share the workload on that. But he did it himself for like 2 years,
Wow.
which I mean, only Andy, right?
Yeah.
Like he's so like I said, we had this brand that's like 10 years old, like 9 years old. Pick Up My Pizza, and everyone loved the brand. Everyone loved the pizza. Pizza got tougher to cash flow
Sure.
because everything's going up, labor's up, food is up. And at the same time, it's like, it'd been around for 9 years, so business starts to soften a little bit after
Yep.
9 years. Pardon me. And what we had was this core group of chefs that have been with us for a long time. So Nate Moser, who's the chef de cuisine there, and pretty much GM. And then there's Alex Altoff, which is his wife, and she is the pastry program.
She's awesome.
She's a pastry chef. She's amazing.
Wow.
And I don't know. It's like it was kind of this kismet thing where like all three of them they're hitting on all cylinders right now in their careers, and we were like, do you guys want to still run a pizza restaurant that overshadows the beer, which I think is one of the best elements here? And even though like the crowd that has connected with this for 9 years expects this product, are you willing to take a chance and just changing the entire thing to do what you guys want to do? So that was kind of the biggest reason that we changed it.
Yep.
And the name Nouvelle, it has a tie to cuisine. It is another French word that, like Travail, so it kind of ties the brand a little bit. But Nouvelle means it's basically like new cuisine.
Oh, cool.
And it was kind of a movement that happened in the late 80s and 90s, and it's kind of when like your Thomas Keller and your Daniel Boulou and your other, Dave, it's time to wake up.
Time's up, Dave. Oh, jeez.
The Michelle Bras.
You're in Rochester.
Yeah, Michelle Bras. I mean, all the like really great Nouvellian chefs are like the reason that you guys know fine dining and love fine dining. Like
So that was the name of the movement.
That was the name of the movement.
Cool.
So Nouvelle is what like basically brought us into what you know as fine dining, and Travail, it kind of focuses around that. But it's not so much about fine dining. Like the actual movement was about going from the old recipes and taking it into fresh ingredients, like mixing it with like California cuisine, and blending different genres of like Jean-Georges. He was doing a like Asian fusion, and like it's just like this whole, it's like Nouvelle, it's the new, it's like what is the change. And we felt it really like paired with the brand because we have this chef who's the brewer, and he has a really great mind that can focus on food and the brewing process. And Nate Moser, who has been a brewer too.
Yeah, he knows that side of the business.
Yeah, so they have brewed beers together, and like it's just like this thing. It's like, well, what is the new brewery? What is the new brew pub? And right now, it seems like every brewery out there has like a common problem, which is like, we have some great food trucks, some not so great food trucks. Some food trucks that show up on time, some that don't.
Yes.
Sometimes they don't come at all. And it's like if you come into a brewery and you have your kids and you're like, hey,
we'd like to get some.
Where's the food? It says
nosh
online that the food truck will be here. And they're like, yeah, they're an hour late. You just walk right out the door.
Yeah.
So it really affects their business.
Yep.
So there's a problem solution scenario there. And like a lot of different breweries are kind of leaning towards
built in. And
we've kind of started that way. We've always been built in. We
you're-
started in the food side, right?
Exactly.
So,
You already had that side of the business.
I feel like that's what's Nouvelle in this industry. It's like everyone's gonna start moving.
Dave like that.
Yeah, he hates me for saying that. He's just like, what a schmuck. What do you say earlier? He's like, right when he comes out, hey everybody, Matt Brown here. What a schmuck. And I'm just like, that's why everything's Nouvelle.
Yeah.
What a schmuck.
It's one of Dave grounds us.
Yeah. We're over here hyping. No, but I don't know. Like the brewery itself it's a brew pub, and it's Nouvelle Brewing by Travail.
That's cool. I didn't know that's what the name meant.
Yeah.
Go into what Travail means too for people that don't know.
So Travail is it means hard work. It's and it also means job in French, and it came from the apron that we wore as a French apron, a Brigard apron that was their work apron. And,
Yep.
And there's kind of a lineage to the apron of just Thomas Keller world, and we all kind of grew up wearing these aprons, and we I don't know, we took what we liked about the fine dining world in the early 2000s, and then we made Travail is more of an experience driven restaurant, and more of a like a hard connection to what's happening in the kitchen for you. And it's a much more jovial and personality driven restaurant than your typical fine dining space. And but yeah, that's kind of
That's the flagship.
Yeah, and I don't know. Our parents and James' parents,
Yep.
and not so much Bobby's parents, but James's parents. They were like Travail, and they go to church every weekend, and they're like trials and travails. We're like, yeah,
And that's where
like,
the word stems from.
Well, yeah, but travail is like anguish or
To
toil,
make it through the
labor,
the path,
like
or
actual
the
child labor, or like
or
like cranking a crank for 8 hours.
right.
Like
he travailed through the sea.
Yeah, like the
storm.
But the reality is, like, you ever open a restaurant? Like, you tell me what that that spells out, man. It's like everything you got, and I'm actually I'm on the precipice of
doing it again
right now.
Yeah.
That is happening.
Did you use that word properly, Dave? Precipice?
Yeah.
Did I use it right?
Precipice of hell.
I'm on the precipice of hell. Helen! How can it get any worse?
How can it get any worse? Just a quick side story about the apron. When I first started at Travail, because Travail, the aprons are the uniforms. When we first opened, those were the uniforms.
Yeah.
And
wear what you want and make sure this apron's on.
Yeah. And so, like, my second day, I'm like, do I gotta wear this? I gotta wear this apron? And you and James kind of just look at me like, yeah, new guy.
Yeah. That's all you have to do. Actually,
it's uncomfortable. I don't really like. Do I have to wear this?
You have to wear the one thing.
Yeah. Like,
that's it.
Big guy. Put your apron on. Shut up.
God, it's been so long.
Go cut up them onions.
We opened Trail 11 years ago, and we were like these new kids on the block, and I think we hired you first, and then you second, or was it the other way around?
Matt was there first.
Yep.
I mean, it was all within the first year.
Yeah.
Nope. Matt came. You guys opened.
Because
July 28th, 2010 was the first day.
Yeah.
And then you took off July of 2011, the whole month, and then Matt started right in August, the first week. And then you called me after the first day of service and asked me to be up there a week later to start, and I started on the 8th of August.
Yeah.
Because you had the
Dear God.
The Bon Appetit article
came out during the break. So then when you guys reopened in August.
So literally my first night,
I couldn't have remembered
there
that.
was 150 people outside waiting to come in.
Yeah.
Into a 50-seat restaurant.
Yeah.
And I was hiding in the bathroom 5 minutes before service because I was so scared.
Yeah.
And you had to find me and go, come on, buddy, Matt, we need you out here.
Get your ass on the floor. Find a way.
I was so scared because there were so many people, and I had no idea what I was doing. You know,
yeah, I was probably like, "You want to fucking cook the food?
Yeah, right.
Just go deal with people, fill up waters, and clear the plates."
All you got to do, Matt, is just seat these people and get them some wine.
Yeah.
And smile and run the food. It's okay. Come on, you had to like coerce me out of the bathroom.
We're going on stage in 5 minutes. Get your ass out there.
I was terrified.
Yeah.
I was absolutely terrified. It was so new and different and scary.
Yeah, it's intense.
It's intense.
Dude.
People don't know it. It's just like, unless you do it, it's one of those things. It's like, unless you're in there and doing it, it's like going on stage, like you said. It's like doing karaoke. It's like, you're performing.
I'm getting pretty excited about, we're doing this again,
Yeah. Get the juices flowing.
We got Dream Creamery that's going to open in May.
It's your new ice cream place.
But it's like it's an ice cream shop, so we're cooking food too.
Nice.
And it's got like, the Dream Burger, and there's like a fried chicken sandwich, and there's going to be a lobster roll, like lobster shrimp roll, and just like some really gluttonous cheese curds and like
treats.
Everything that you like,
ice cream and food treats.
Like, how unhealthy can I get before I eat this ice cream?
Right.
It's all that.
I want a big
you're gonna get
hit.
you're gonna get all your your fat foodie type of folks out there that are just like, well, I gotta get that.
Yeah.
And it'll be a rager.
Yeah,
like, how can we make 200 burgers in 3 hours? Like, type of vibe. Mm-hmm. And it's gonna be intense.
That's awesome.
Like
And that's your northeast location?
Yeah, it's in northeast. It's a little freestanding building that we bought it in 2014 for dirt cheap.
Yep. Got a great deal on it.
We built it out ourselves, and we had Minnesota Barbecue Company with Kale.
Shout out Kale. Love you,
Shout out
Kale.
to Kale. And that was for about 3 years.
Dave, say you love you, Kale.
Love you, Kale.
And then we've pivoted into this ice cream venture, and it's been about 3 months of build out,
And fire.
and it's just
There was a fire.
there was a fire.
There was a fire.
I told
Don't
this
forget about the fire.
I told this freaking roofer guy. He's
Yeah.
pretty rough around the edges. His name's Ken.
Roughneck.
I'm like, hey Ken, I got a couple things you got to patch over here. Like we're about to reopen again his dream creamery. He's like, what the hell happened in the barbecue? I'm like, well, we had a fire, and now we're doing ice cream. He starts laughing. Of course you guys had a fire.
Of course you
I'm
did.
like, stop it, Ken. So anyways,
Oh, Ken.
it's all, it's been about a 4-month project, and
What's your open date projection?
so we're gonna try to open in the middle of May.
Nice. It's coming up.
We got final though. I got final health department, Department of Ag, and building permit on the 6th of April.
That's always fun.
And then we're going to start production of ice cream and doing some pints because we have a couple of accounts lined up.
Nice.
And then once we figure out what that all means, we're going to open to the public and start raging.
That's awesome, man.
So, dude,
I'm excited. I'm
Yeah.
excited for that.
I can already feel it. Like, I don't know if when you open a restaurant, I was telling somebody else, I feel kind of guilty about it, but like, it's like when I open, like it's the craziest feeling you'll ever have.
Yeah.
Like people say like childbirth is like that most emotional moment of your life. Like, dude, when you open a restaurant that
Yeah.
you've been trying to build out and make for like a year or however long it
Mm-hmm.
is, the second it opens and you see that people are like connecting with it, you become emotional.
Yeah,
like
you
you're just
do.
like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Like it finally
happening.
It's finally
Fruition.
Yeah. And
The baby is coming.
yeah,
It's coming up.
it's a different type of thing. And I don't know. I was explaining it to Nate, the guy who we're partnering with on this ice cream thing, and he's just like, yeah, man, I can feel it coming to life. I'm like, yeah, like
Yeah.
we did like today.
You're Dr. Frankenstein.
Yeah, they're painting like yesterday and today, and so like all the things that are supposed to be white are now white, and you're like, oh wow. This is like a cleaning away from like rolling in equipment and
Some chairs and tables makes this a
figuring this
restaurant.
yeah figuring this out, right? So
Yeah.
the energy's getting real and it's fun.
Is there seating inside or is it just outside?
Just outside,
Yeah.
it'll be a patio. It's just a small space.
Right,
It's
right,
like
right.
800 square foot standalone building. It used to be a dental office.
Okay.
We bought it for like $90,000 in 2014, and
Wow.
we just,
Giving it away.
yeah, well, yeah, that was in the market. Was in the
Yeah,
toilet.
yeah.
and It had been it sat vacant for like 5 years, and then we just with the for sale sign in the window for 5 years, and we just went in there and made him an offer.
Yeah.
So,
That was our experience too with the Stells.
Yeah.
It sat there for I think 14 years.
yeah, and it's like, well, nothing's gonna happen with this, and it's like, well, we'll do something with it. Just give us a good price on it, you
Yep.
know. It's not how the market is now, but we were lucky to kind of make our bones in all of our buildings. We own all 3 of our buildings.
It's awesome.
So that's a good thing, and we're able to kind of build on that. So after this COVID thing completely goes away, we'll probably try to find a way to like find a good rhythm here.
Are you finding more? I mean, just for the last week, 2 weeks at Estelle's.
Yeah.
It's like people are like, when's it going to be back to normal? When's it going to be back to,
Yeah.
like I've noticed that just like people coming in, not a mask in sight.
Yeah.
Sharing, caring, drinking. Music.
Yeah, I was at a Tool concert last
Music's
weekend.
playing,
I'm
yeah.
just like,
It's just
COVID's over.
yeah, right.
Like there's
You just see it. It's like,
50,000 people here or whatever.
I think the people have spoken collectively.
Oh yeah.
That we're gonna.
Everyone's over it. Summer
Yeah.
doesn't do well there, and I don't know. Everything's leading to like saying that there'll be other variants, but they won't be as intense, and we're just gonna have to live with it.
It's just great to see.
Live with it like it's the flu.
It's great to see again.
Yeah. People are getting out there. I think
I missed it.
it's good for business. People are connecting, and I think this summer's going to be a banger.
Rager.
It's going to be a banger.
We're gearing up.
It's a good time to open an ice cream shop. Like, I was just like, this might
Get your milkshakes, boys.
This might be the one thing that we timed out absolutely fucking perfectly.
Yeah,
yeah. We were supposed to open Travail on 2020.
Oh my God, tell that story.
March 17th, which is the day you were mandated to not open. So
the same day, right?
It was a 2.5-year project to design and build this building. And it got pushed back like 5 times, and then finally, like 3 months out, we're like, all right, we are for sure good now. We're gonna open it this Tuesday, not that Tuesday. Back it up to this Tuesday. All right, that Tuesday. Oh, it's St. Patrick's Day. That's crazy. All right, cool. We're open on St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, that'll be our day.
That's the day we're opening.
All right.
And then like the day before St. Patrick's Day, they're like, no one can open. Close everything, and we're like, couldn't hit that bullseye any harder. 2.5 years of like, it was like a novel.
Dude,
it's like a novel, and
exactly. It was
like the publishing company was like, nope, we're not gonna print it now.
And
That was I remember that week because it happened the week before.
Yeah.
So I remember on Monday.
Yeah, we were calling it
on
like,
Monday.
dude, Chicago shut
Mike,
down. What the hell's gonna happen to us?
On Monday, you were like, "This isn't going to affect us for like 2 months." I remember you saying that. The week
So
before.
positive.
The week before. Like,
That was 2 weeks. Yeah, that was 2 weeks from the shutdown.
okay.
So no. So March. I can't do math in my brain anymore.
17.
So it'll be the 10th. So March 9th, the Monday before that Tuesday. So March 9th. That day, I remember like in the meetings upstairs, you were saying to like James and Bob, and like look guys, this is thing. It's like this flu. It's not even gonna be here. It's in the West Coast right now. It's not gonna hit us for like a couple months.
Yeah.
So we're gonna open, and then Tuesday you're like, all right, it might be a couple of weeks, but nothing's shutting down. And Wednesday, it was like
over.
It was done.
Chicago shutting down, and then it was Thursday.
Walls got on the TV.
And then Friday,
Yeah.
Friday you gathered the whole restaurant and said
We're not
everybody's
opening.
laid off.
Well, yeah, we're not
It's
opening.
over.
Yeah.
It's like, how are we gonna open? Because like, if whatever, it was like if Chicago shut down, then
was
it's a
that
matter
fast.
of time.
That's how fast it
It
was.
was
And,
that
like,
fast. Where
if
it's like
you-
it's not a thing. It could
let's
be a
just
thing.
say, let's
we're
just
done.
say we're open for another 2. We can be open for another 2 weeks, and then we get shut down. It's like opening a restaurant is like the biggest cost
Oh yeah.
you can. It's like we'll never get open again.
Right.
You still
we've
haven't
already
opened.
spent all the money on it.
We're already all
and
in.
in that time we're all in the dark. You have no idea what the hell's gonna happen.
Yep.
So anyways, I don't know.
It was a hell of a week.
Yeah, that was fun.
And then Friday the 13th,
I remember just holding Heidi's hand and crying.
Yeah,
there were
James
some
and I were
tears.
crying. We're just like, dude,
what is happening?
we're gonna have to figure this out now.
And then your scenario was like times 1,000.
Yeah, it was rough. It was rough.
God.
It was rough. Everybody was like, "Wow, I guess they're just not gonna. They're gonna go out of business." I'm like, maybe.
Maybe it's a real
I
possibility.
have no idea. I do remember, like, so it all went down. We let go of like 90 people
Yep.
out of like 100, and we were just getting done crying, and we had announced to everybody online, and I remember looking at James, and we're just like, so we're. And it's like, well, what's next? Like we make our stand at the pizza place. Let's just,
Yeah.
you know,
It feels like going to war.
we're gonna
We
sell
make our
pizza.
stand.
We're gonna make our stand at the pizza place.
The Alamo.
And then I looked James right in the face, and I'm like, I'm not fucking going down.
Yeah, you're not.
I can't
And you didn't.
let this. I'm like, what? Every fucking restaurant gonna close forever? Mm-hmm. Like, we're not gonna be a casualty of this thing. Fuck that. Restaurants will live. We just gotta figure out what this means. So, anyways, it was just.
We're gonna
I'm like,
live.
I ain't going down.
Yeah.
I didn't just spend 2.5 years of my life, like, fighting
Just
some
to lay down.
crazy battle to get this building to happen.
Yep.
To just be done.
Yep.
Because we were unfortunate. It's like, dude, fuck that. I'll go to every meeting to get everything deferred or whatever the hell has to happen. It's like, what is a banquet? A big old goddamn restaurant without anyone to be their tenant? You know, like. So, anyways, it was just
It's a great perspective, man, and how you look at things like that. Like, I've always just admired the shit out of it. How Mike Brown, the resilience Like I've seen it many times, and it's, you know, I mean, in different scenarios.
Yeah.
But like with that was like, just to put it in perspective for people, like we at Estelle's, to pay the bills, we did family meals, just like Travail did.
Yeah.
And we did 50 to 70 family meals a week because that's how much we could produce, and that's what could cover our nuts so that we could, you know, kind of make it float through on 3 employees, 4 employees, paying them and get through. The scale of family meals that you guys had to do to cover your nut, to pay your bills.
Yeah.
1,200 meals a week?
So we did
It's just
we
insane.
did like 300 a week. We did 300 a week, but on the holidays we did like 900 for Thanksgiving, and then we did like 1,600 at Christmas.
Yeah.
Which is insane because we had just like refrigerated trucks outside. We were holding vegetables like we held all of our Brussels sprouts on the rooftop. Just in the free, like, well, they're gonna be frozen's fine.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
we have nowhere else to put these 15
pallets.
Yeah. It was like 40 cases of Brussels sprouts. Like I have nowhere to put 40 cases. Put them on the rooftop. Let them freeze. It's fine.
It's fine.
We'll just prep them, let them freeze, and then we'll blanch them off. And Brussels sprouts can winterize itself.
Yep.
So it got pretty creative. Those are some pretty dark moments. Like I never, like, talk about like travails. Like I was, what a schmuck.
What a schmuck.
What a schmuck. No,
I actually agree with this one.
actually, this is absolute hell.
You know, this is perfect. Where the
No,
name comes from.
I remember like it was like I'd go to bed at like 1, and I'd wake up at like 7:30, 8 o'clock to get in to start cooking 8 pots of Yukon Gold potatoes because I had to like pots, of
stock pots
of potatoes on our line, and I cook 8 at a time, 4 on the back line, 4 on the front, and then we would strain them, get them into like giant totes, and then fill them back up and bring them up. I had to get through 16 giant pots 2 days in a row to have enough mashed potatoes for Thanksgiving dinner for 900 meals.
I remember specifically that.
Insane.
And then you guys ripping the soup with the giant stick blenders.
Yeah,
like the motorboat ones.
We bought 3 of those.
Because I'm sending little videos of our little tiny production line, which is like 4 of us downstairs, labeling and packaging. I'm like, I showed you mine, show me yours, and Mike just has literally like
dual motorboat blender sticks.
Just gallons. And then his spares, like, it looks like the Amazon packing plant.
Yeah, it did.
It's like literally this guy, all he does is just like fold boxes and put stuff in boxes.
Yeah, it was like, I need mercenaries. They don't need to know how to cook anything. They just need to know how to stamp potatoes onto a lid of this bin.
Yep.
And help us, like, after we put the potatoes in there, we need them to put the lid in there and scrunch it around the outside.
Yep.
And they need to do it 900 times.
That's what you're doing today.
Yeah. And when you're done, we got 900 bins of green beans to do.
Mm-hmm.
It was...
I remember they would all be like, my fingers really hurt.
Yeah.
From just folding
just
the aluminum.
fleeced fingers, just like
folding those little aluminum
Would you
tabs
catch
over.
15 bass out there on the lake today? No, I packaged a bajillion meals with Travail.
Largemouth.
Yeah.
Crappie.
Shredded. Yeah.
No, it was like I said, man, just like a testament of what you're talking about. Like, I'm not going to let this die. I'm not going down. We didn't do this, all this work just to lay down and be a victim, that spirit of Travail is what attracted me to be a part of it. Because it was like that spirit of like, dude, there's something going on here. Like, when I would just come visit you guys, I'm like, dude, there's something happening here. These guys are onto something. This is something that, you don't just get to have. They've made this. They've created this. And they're growing this,
Yeah.
And it was that thing that I was like, I don't even know what my place is going to be here. I just know I want to be a part of it. And it was busy enough where I got a chance to come back.
You were attracted to the entrepreneurial spirit, honestly.
And the free beer.
Yeah. That's a nice perk.
Yeah. I mean, it's what it's always had. I mean, that's kind of like the undertone of all of it is like, well, why do they push so hard, or why do they do this, why do
Yeah.
that? It's like, well, because they have, in order to have the like the perk of not having a boss or an overlord of any kind, you have to survive even after you've survived.
Yeah, you got to keep
Like,
pushing
you
and
can't you can't just like rest on it, because if you do, it'll just slowly kind of get pulled away from you, and there's really nothing else to pick it up, right? It's
Right.
like it's either you do it, or either you're gonna do it and make it new again, or make people vibe on it, or it's just gonna slowly kind of just float away from you.
Yep.
So, I
No.
mean, there's a lot that goes into that, and you learn everything. I mean, how much have we all learned, right? Like
Oh my God.
when you guys started and you're scared in the bathroom, I'm opening a business for the first time in my fucking life, and
Yeah.
Dave is Dave is probably going through the same process, and we're teaching you guys how to do all these different things.
I cried.
Yeah.
We all cried.
We all cry.
But now, like, it's like,
Dude, I remember looking at Dave, like, deer in the headlights behind the bar with the list. Well, because Travail first opened, it was a free-for-all. There was no reservations. And the place is packed, and there's 60 people on the list, and
Yeah.
they're all getting drinks, and their drinks are there, and Dave's trying to keep up, and he's just looking at me like, and I'm looking at him, and it's like, what did we sign up for?
Yeah.
What did we sign up ourselves to get into?
it was a rager.
Oh my God, it was so intimidating.
Yeah, I
mean-
shattered after 3 months, like broke down very hard, crying to Mike, and
I did too.
I think Kale was sitting there, and then the other guy, Luke. Luke was sitting there, and I was like, again,
Broke him.
can't do this. I'm failing.
Yeah.
So bad at this. It was like I'm just letting the whole team down, and then
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't think I can do this anymore. Just through tears, and
Well, I think that's part of the process.
Mike goes, hey,
You know?
you're doing fine. You're doing good. You just keep on. It's gonna get better. It's never gonna get better.
That's how you.
Like I said, I was like,
when you're in
I
it.
didn't see any way this thing was gonna get
When you're
better.
deep in it, that's
and
what-
I'm like, this is not sustainable. And then now it's sustainable.
Yeah.
It's very.
Must believe.
You must believe.
So here's the thing.
And that's the
Here's the
message.
thing,
And we
like-
sound like a kook when I was saying
Yeah.
this. Like, I just talked to some kids at the job fair last week, and like 90% of them are looking at me like, "Who's this crazy asshole?
Yeah.
Why are you so excited about working at a kitchen?" And I'm
Yeah.
like, "It's hard. It's really fucking hard.
Yeah.
But look, you can get to this place if you can do it."
The thing is, though, is my pitch is like, the thing is like, is the industry for everyone for a long time? No. Is the industry something that can build your soft skills, your ability to learn, your ability to organize, your ability to focus? Does it teach you what self-determination is? Like you're explaining that breaking point,
Yeah.
that's when you want to go.
Right.
But
Shed those.
if you're fostered the right way and you have people around you and you believe this, that's where you learn self-determination, and self-determination is what gives you sense of urgency. And if you can find that in your life, you can do whatever the hell you want.
Yeah.
You can take that into a different business. You can take that into another job, and you'll feel like the big fish in the small pond. So that's kind of my pitch to the younger crowd, because that's who we're trying to like reach out to. We have a chefs in training program.
Yeah, you were telling me about that.
Which is like half our staff at this point.
Yeah, we did.
They're all.
We did beer chug races on Saturday night for the first time in a couple years.
Okay, I guess half you guys can't do this, huh?
Yeah.
Shit.
So we
Realize that.
they jugged Sprites and Cokes.
There's some Shirley Temples. You little kid.
I was like, you want to chug a Sprite or a Coke?
You guppy.
You want to
Sure.
chug a Sprite or a Coke? Well, I guess Sprite. Oh,
Yeah.
fucking chugging
Because I looked
Coke.
around, I'm like,
God.
there's only 5 of us that are over the age of 21.
Wow.
And there's 5 or 6 of us that are under the age of 21.
I'd be like, all right, guys, cheers on.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is like those guys, the younger crew, it does 2 good things. What do we got? Yo.
What's up, man?
So the younger crew, it does 2 things for everybody, in my opinion. Well, the first thing is that
Makes you feel old.
first thing is it makes you feel like
Ancient.
And
They used to be cool.
but at the same time, it kind of invigorates. Like it's like, hey, I need all these chairs to go upstairs in this spot, and there's like hip hop hip hop, because like that's the energy that and the strength of the youth.
Yeah.
Is
For that.
yeah. It kind of dawned on us. It's like, well, how does the military tap into this? You find people that are trying to figure out, what it means to become an adult.
Yeah, buddy.
And you tell them, like, listen, do 2 years with us, and you can answer that. You'll be able to answer that question. And I'll tell you right now, even though your friends might be going to college and that's not what you want to do, or they may seem like they have all these different bright paths of what they're going to do, they may not go through the process of becoming an adult.
By going to school.
Well, yeah, in the next 6 years.
Right.
But you could do it in the next 2 years. And then after you've done that, you can decide what you want for yourself. If you want to be in this industry, if you want to keep working with us, you can keep working with us. If you want to go to a different restaurant in town, we know everybody in town. We know everybody around. And if you want to take it and elevate it go to Paris and work with one of the best chefs in Paris,
that's an option.
I guarantee you that we could connect with whatever restaurant that you'd want to work with and say, hey, this person's dedicated 2 years of their time. This is what they know. This is where they want to go. Mm-hmm. Do you want this, 19-year-old, 20-year-old person that's
willing
and dedicated themselves to even go abroad?
Yep.
Like who would not say yes to that?
Exactly.
But at the same time, it's like maybe you do 2 years and you figure out that you want to,
be an accountant
or a computer scientist, or there's something that your dad's company or mom's company is like.
Yeah, but
you can go to school and be like, all right, I want a secondary education.
Yeah.
I'll write your referral letter to get that secondary education.
Take that work ethic.
And you can take it into that field, and you will crush.
You'll
because
dominate.
you will know how to organize yourself. You'll know how to focus yourself.
Yep.
And you'll know how to be self-determined to push through it, because that's what we taught you. We taught you how to do other things.
Here's how you win.
But you had to survive here. The only way that you could get through that 2 years is to survive through this program.
Yep.
So,
that's the next.
That's what I shout out to everyone. Like,
yeah.
That's at those job fairs. I mean, that's what you should be pitching. You shouldn't be pitching you're going to be the best chef in the world.
And I tell them too. I go, I'm not even here to try and get you to work at my restaurant.
Right.
I'm here to tell you what is available as far as life skills.
Yeah.
And what my path that I took. Maybe it's not correctly, for you this path, but this industry has these opportunities if you are willing to do this to get to this point.
It's the talk that trying to get young adults to switch their minds from
I got to go to college,
or like college is the most important thing, or baseball is the most important thing, or football is the most important thing. It's like, bro, if you're a basketball player and you're not over 6'5", you're not gonna make it any further than college. But unless you're a star player, like I mean, go to college. If you get a full ride to college, and you can do that, but don't chase it unless it's there.
Yes.
And yes, it's a great thing to chase and enjoy. But if it doesn't seem like it's going to happen, what else can you do?
Right. Well, that's what happened to me.
Yeah.
I was the football guy, and I got done with football. And for 8 years, I just worked at a granite countertop place, installing granite countertops and working at the bar on the weekends.
Yeah.
Because I didn't have any direction. I didn't have those hardworking, dedicated organizational skills. And then, when you said you needed help at the restaurant, I was like, all right, cool, I'll help you out. And like I said, it was just like a kind of this thing where I could be like, okay, I think I could put myself and my energy into something and get something out of this.
Yeah.
I could get some direction, and I could have a purpose, and I could be a part of something that I hadn't had since I quit playing football when I was 21.
Yeah. But you learn that from football. That's the thing, like team sports and like chess team, band.
Yeah. Military.
All these things, they're good.
Right.
I'm not saying that they're great for to build your mind and understand that sometimes it takes a team of people to get something done. Sometimes you need to focus on yourself and what your journey is and where your mind is going to be, and it's different for different folks. And there's different spots in the industry that kind of cater to those different types of minds. Like I'm a very charismatic, leader type of person that I really seek those leadership roles and who for me to, to feel fulfilled, because I don't have these other skills,
Yeah.
that could have put me into, become a doctor or become an attorney or whatever. I just don't have that mind to be able to do things like that. I don't file things away like that. Dave, on the other hand, he has the mind that can file things away, and he's able to kind of look inward and and pull from resource.
Yes, he
constantly.
is. Trivia king.
Which is why he's the somm.
The sommelier. Dave, go a little bit into what a sommelier is for the folks.
Sommelier.
I drink wine.
Yeah.
I do a lot of research.
A lot of research.
Sommelier is a person that means in French, it means to be a master servant. So my
Nice.
job is to provide the best service possible. A lot of that is involved with knowing wine. And a little bit of beer and a little liquor.
Yeah.
So I knew nothing of that when I started.
Isn't that crazy, man?
Yep. And I passed in 2018 my
So
certified.
Passing the certified test is kind of, I've heard it's like similar to passing the bar for
It
lawyers.
depends. Yeah, there's different levels.
Mm-hmm.
There's level 1, which is everybody passes, and you don't get to call yourself a somm yet. And there's certified, which is when I passed, and you can actually say you're a certified somm. And then there's advanced, and then there's master. So if anybody ever watches the somm documentary on Netflix,
Mm-hmm.
they are going for their master, which
Yeah.
is the highest. Which is that there's only like 300 and there's like probably like 250 of them in the
Oh,
world.
wow.
So that's the end, but each one is a very large step
Yeah.
forward in knowledge. But mine was still I had to do you had to blind wine, 2 whites, 2 reds. You had to thankfully you knew what 9 varietals it might be, but you had to blind whites, and you had to deduce down to what varietal it is, where it's from,
What
the
region?
world, where the region in the world is from, and then what how old it was.
Wow.
So you do that.
You do all 3 of those?
You do that for So you go right down the list. And you go. If you watch the documentary, it's kind of funny. So you grab a wine and you go, this is a white wine, straw color. It is looks like medium legs, and then you go gonna go for nose, and you like smelling flowers, white flowers, or I smell like fresh cut tennis balls. That's one of the ones that they always like, garden hose or whatever. And then and then you go down that, and then you go into the taste. And you're like, I am tasting the things that my nose clarified. I'm getting a little residual sugar, this and this and that, and you go, okay, I think after doing all this, and like he's like, I have to wait the body, the feel, texture, all this stuff, and all these indicators of these have of flowers or fruits. I'm gonna say this is a 2018 Riesling from Germany in I'm gonna say the Moselle, and I'll just call. And I don't have to call a producer, but he's like Max Mine Grunhaus.
Wow.
So then you go and do like that, and you just do a lot of
Just
training.
from one glass of wine.
Yeah.
Like the shop.
Yeah, stump
Yeah.
the shop.
So you get it's like that, and then some people are really good at it, and like some people it's just like sports on this. Some people have that natural
Yeah.
like nose and palate, and then some people have all out of the book smart. So
Yeah,
and I got
file things.
and then they file it away, and I have a decent palate, but a lot more of it's going to be like I'm getting much better actually with Travails in the last couple of years. This last year has been actually just straight pairing wine to food off of like a 1-day notice, and
It
being
seems-
like, and just like, all right, I think like what are the profiles of this food dish going to be? And it's
Right.
like, okay, it's chicken, so okay, it's my protein, and then it's like we're gonna do this sauce with it, with this and that, and like it's gonna be more savory this way, and then you're like, all right, so then we're gonna go. Like right now, it's like I'm gonna do white Burgundy. Like, what's in my price point?
Sure.
So like I'm like white wine, something a little more weight, a little more body. White Burgundy be good, but then if you want to run off and do something weird, you can do like Roussan or Viognier or like Fendant, and it's like you're like.
It seems like
fun
you're more
that
into
way.
it now, as far as like just taking more of an interest or having more fun with it, because you
Yeah.
have more knowledge of it, or you're more
I have for
comfortable.
sure,
You're
and,
more comfortable making those decisions.
Yeah.
You know,
Before I was like,
I don't want
I
to mess
don't
this
know.
up. I don't want to mess
I don't
this
want to
up.
mess this up. I don't
Yeah,
mess this
yeah.
up. And then it's like, But now it's like, yeah, a little fun, and then I like to try people drink shit that they, not shit, drink good things, but
Yeah.
drink stuff that they never had before.
Right.
Like,
Try
and
something
I'm
new.
like, hey, so it's like, well, Chardonnay. It's like, everyone knows a Chardonnay. I was like, yeah, I know. But like the one I do right now, it's white Burgundy. So I go, look, I'm like, I don't even like Chardonnay, but I love this one. I go, this is white Burgundy. I go, this is where Chardonnay's from, and this is where like the best Chardonnays come from this part of the world. And it's like, if you don't like Chardonnay after this, you just don't like Chardonnay. Like it's not. Like it's it's gonna be toasty, flinty, and then it's gonna have this nice minerality and acid on the backside, and then like
Opening up people's eyes to like different stuff
Yeah.
like that was definitely something with the food too that Travail did. For,
Yeah.
You know, like, and it's along those same lines. Like, I don't even like mushrooms. That's the best
Yeah.
puree I've ever had. Well, it's a mushroom puree. And
Yeah.
we make it like this and like this and like this, and it's like, oh, okay.
for sure. And then so yeah, just go down that path, and then you just kind of get to you tell them, and then it's been fun. There's a couple times where I go, you're gonna get this, 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 and this probably, and then she goes, that's everything I got.
There it
I
is.
tasted all that in that wine. I was like, what is it? I'm like, this is an Avanthia Mencia from Valdeorras, Spain.
That's
It's
a
like
name.
Mencia, but Mencia in Spanish.
Okay.
It's like, what?
I'll take the Carlo Mencia.
Yeah, I know, right? Like, what grape varietal is that? And it's like, well, it's a big varietal over in Spain. It's light bodied, and it's like, but you never had that here. And they're like, no, I really like this one. I'm like,
Yeah.
where can I find this? I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't know where.
Turned them on.
I know that's the whole Travail thing. It's
That's
like,
literally the fruit of your labor.
fruit of my labor, and then for me, this goes beyond just the wine stuff. The whole point that I do this is to make people happy.
Yep.
And that's when I see that.
Yep.
And I get to, with the food, with the experience, like there's one of the desserts right now, and this is like also I've been at Trail for 10 years, and a lot of new guy. I'm like the old cast member from SNL now.
Sure.
I'm fucking Tim Meadows.
Fred Armisen.
Yeah, I'm like, just like still here, and I've seen a lot of people come and go. A lot of greats.
me, Lauren Michaels?
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right, David, we need to change the wine pairing. No, yeah. It's like, and so there's some stuff that I still have that experience that all these new guys go, and there's stuff that I know what Travail is. It's a little different now. It's a little more refined than it was back when Matt was there. And in the beginning, we were pretty rough around the edges.
Wild
so,
West.
Like
wild,
garage band.
yeah, pretty Wild Westy. Yeah, we were like
3 chords, we played them really good.
yeah, we were very. It's like if you're related to like bands, you know. Back in the past, we were that really good live show. Like, not good musicians, the best. Like,
a good way
but
to
you
put it.
you show up, and like, the guys really like, hell of a show. But then you listen to the album, and you're like, that's not even that good of music.
Yeah.
But like, dude, that live show was so much energy, and now he's like, wow, these guys are actually pretty good musicians. They've
we've
aged up.
refined.
So there's stuff that'll happen at the restaurant that I still remember like that stuff. So I try to get away with things a little more and push the envelope on some people just to kind of give them like an experience that they'll never get somewhere else. And
Yes.
like I'll take some risks. And like one of them is this little pre-dessert comes out,
Yeah.
and it's got a little gold flake on top. And I just like talking about like, oh, there's a little chocolate ganache, and it's got a little gold flake on there. Make a duty twinkle later. And they go,
My dookie sparkle.
yeah, like a dude twinkle later, and they're like,
What'd he say?
what do you say? And then like they're just, I've done it like 2 times, and they both just go, like,
Yeah, dude.
and like I'll do it, and the other chefs that are newer, they'll look at me like,
Holy God.
Can't
what did
say
you
that.
just say? And I was like, what?
Oh,
Pretty
it was-
funny. And they're like, oh my God. And then they go off and laugh about it. And then the chefs, they laugh about it, and then they elevate their like.
Yeah.
It's like everybody starts like, wow, like this is like really fine dining, but that guy just said
But they're
duty
having fun.
twinkle.
But they're
Like-
having fun.
Yeah.
You know, it's a great
And
energy.
that's the thing.
Yeah, dude.
So and that's why I do it, just to make it, and then that smile on people's face. Like
Yeah.
I did them, and like I walked away, and I was on the other side of the restaurant, looked over, and they were looking at me, and then when I looked at them, they just go, and I was like, when I come over, like, you guys are? He's like, yes, Mr. Duty Twinkle, you made my night.
Yep.
So I was like, yeah, and then
Yeah.
I go, that was one of the best, and like that's the restaurant life for me.
We've always tried to take the edge of like the pretentious fine dining away. Mm-hmm. Even though, like Dave was saying, like we play a little bit different music now. You know,
Sure.
we play some old hits, but the reality is like it's getting more club vibes, like the country club style.
Yeah.
But like it's our style.
Right.
You know, it's more of a modern style. It's middle-aged adults driving it now. Right. Before it was like, we opened. I was 24.
Yeah.
You know, we were now we have kids.
Had hair.
Had hair.
Yeah, we're not the same people.
And the patrons aren't either.
Yeah, but we jam hard. It's just different vibes. It's a different structure.
Yeah.
And there's different leadership, and it's different. It's just different than it was before. And sometimes you can do little one-offs where it kind of goes back to that really raw experience. But the thing is like the experience is everything. It's
Probably
like,
the best food you ever put out, though.
Yeah. Well, it
Which
looks
is
amazing.
which is one of those things that realizing you go back and look at your past hits, you're like, we were serving people that back
Right.
then, but it's like they don't know. But now it's like still got a good vibe, but it's a lot more refined, and you're like, this is one of the best dishes. And then a lot of people go, we've been coming here for 10 years. This is the best food you've ever had.
Yeah, dude.
This is right now. This menu is the best menu we've had.
I believe
and
it.
each menu, it's been that way recently. It's like
That means it's
so.
working.
It's like
the right
we're
direction.
much better at what we do.
the consistency of that is what's
Consistency.
going to drive the business forward to be more successful in the future.
Mm-hmm.
And the people that really jones for that old, like it's one-off.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, we're gonna do this thing. We're gonna do this collaboration with Nicholas David, who's he's a musician that was on The Voice.
Yeah. Nick the Feeling.
Nick the Feeling. And it's gonna
Shout out.
be music built into the cuisine and the music are going to match each other.
You're collabing with Nick the Feeling?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And it's like,
I'm coming.
what does that have to do with food? It's like nothing. I just want I want to provoke emotion. I want you to have experience.
Yeah.
But it has nothing. It's not what Travail is. It's
Right.
just like this thing,
Yep.
And before it's like, we do a beer chug every night, and we were, hanging food from the ceilings and throwing buns at people and shit. And sure, there's some room for that in our current dining experience because we are still a little rough around the edges when it comes to fine dining. But
Yeah.
if you really want to throw a hyper experience at somebody like that, they can do a private event. We can give them all the good old
Right.
hits,
Right.
Or it can be something that we collaborate with another chef, and we're just like, hey, let's find the weirdest weird and just make people like,
It's still available.
yeah,
It's still available to do.
Yeah.
I remember when, and I think it's.
dude, I got a story I got to tell you.
All right.
Some people always ask like, wow, how far down the rabbit hole have you ever gone, or whatever.
yeah.
Like, how crazy is it ever? So this last Halloween, we partnered with the Haunted Basement, and I don't know if whoever watching this in Minneapolis, there's this group called the Haunted Basement, and they literally, like, if you don't watch horror films,
Yeah.
don't go to their don't go to their productions.
Okay.
Because they're gonna scare the living shit out of you.
Right on.
And it's legit.
Dave, did you go?
No, but I know what story he's gonna tell.
Okay.
So
I don't like horror stuff.
I know you don't.
Yeah.
That's why I asked.
Absolutely not.
so we're setting it up with them, and the food's gonna correlate to their
You did it at their.
there's that trail.
You did it at Travail.
Yeah.
So, okay.
It was a all whole trail, and it
Okay.
was like all right, we're gonna make the food and the drinks, everything match what's going on, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like a horror film, there's 25 people in this dinner. They come in the back door in the main level, and it's like, here guys, there's some it's kind of like Halloween themed bites,
Sure.
it's an eyeball or whatever.
Yeah.
And they're sitting down, and we're giving them their first course, and then all of a sudden this lady just goes and starts foaming at the mouth and falls over on the ground and just starts shaking and going crazy.
One of the guests.
One of the guests. And this lady across the table is like, call 911! Oh my God! What the hell's going on? And there's a real fear.
Yeah. In the air.
And then our staff go up, and we're trying to, and then get her on her back. People different people in the dining experience are screaming all these things. And then this guy, one of the guys comes around the corner. He's got a butcher's apron on with blood all over it and a cleaver in the other hand. Reaches down, grabs her by, she dies. Reaches down, grabs her by the hand, and just drags her out of the dining room. And he stops. He goes, We got an opening for one if anybody wants anyone to come in, and drags her out around the corner. 911 was called by somebody.
Oh no!
Like it went down,
But it was part of the shtick.
but it was
we
literally like a horror film. You know, like you watch a horror film, you're like, this isn't gonna get scary. Oh my god! You like lose your mind. Call the cops. Call
Yeah.
the police.
And they had to tell her like, no, this is all part of
Everything's
that.
fine. So yeah, and then you ended up, and that person was a plant,
Yep.
right,
Yep.
from the haunted basement, and you end up eating that person in the downstairs basement.
Excellent.
It was, and this is not. I'm telling you, this is like, how far has it ever gone? It's like, that's as far as it's ever gone.
Yeah.
And these guys, dude, these haunted basement people.
They go for it.
Oh my gosh!
They sell
it is
it.
an
They
art.
sell it.
It is an art. If you ever go to one of their I have multiple stories from people just like, yep, we went in, got about 5 minutes in, got the hell out. Like, couldn't do it.
Pee my pants.
Yeah,
Yeah.
scared the shit out of us, and we left. And
We
we're
have,
like,
we have one in Harmony. It's pretty great. Haunted Harmony. And they do a really good job. But it sounds like...
Haunted Harmony.
Come on down.
I know.
Haunted Harmony.
You got any fake deaths?
No, they call it Monster Bash. They call it the Monster Bash.
All right.
And it's Haunted Harmony.
Yeah.
But they turned the whole place into, this different theme. And I did it for the first time this last year. And
Yeah.
it was scary. But it was more fun.
Yeah, this was more shock. Like they would just murder people in front of you.
Yeah.
And people would sit in there and they would look like a real, like Metal Dave was there and he's like, hey, he's like, I'm like, you gonna have fun? He's like, yeah, I'm gonna get fucking killed tonight. He's like, but and they don't know.
They're gonna kill me.
And he's like, he goes, and then he just sits there and all of a sudden
There was like,
just comes up and just goes, and he's like, and then just fucking starts squirting blood. And he's like,
Dude.
and people are like,
It was.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding, man. We're gonna do it again.
Yeah. It was that good.
It's a one night. It's a Halloween night. That's when the thing is.
That's the jam.
And we do a haunted. We pair with them for the whole month of October, and we do haunted basement bar.
Fun.
And everything's built around that.
Sure.
But the holy shit moment is the last day where we don't open as the bar. We open as this collaboration dinner.
I'm coming.
So yeah.
I'll be there.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's
With my 6-year-old to scare the shit out of me.
no, you will not. There are no kids.
No kids.
Yeah,
No kids.
21 plus on that one, and it's intense. But there's
yeah,
other.
there was like I think you had to like
Sign a
people-
waiver?
Yeah, sign a
Yeah,
waiver.
had
Dude,
to sign a
that's
waiver.
haunted,
Really?
haunted basement, dude. I'm not kidding. Look
Yeah.
it up.
Really?
Look up haunted basement. It is like, it is.
Yeah, like people if you have like weak hearts, like
Yeah,
stuff,
you
you're
have to
yeah.
you have to agree to I'm putting myself
At risk.
at a stress. Like this is gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
This is gonna be absolutely crazy. Like not normal, crazy production of this. And there's things like this in other.
Change the battery in
There's
your
things like this.
pacemaker.
Change the battery.
There's things like this in other states, but it's known as one of the most ridiculous, scary things that you can do is go to one of their productions.
Very cool.
Yeah, when they do it, they'll find an abandoned building in Northeast, and the whole production will be in the basement of it, where half of it's not even concrete; it's just mounds of sand that has yet to become a basement.
Right.
And you're like, what the hell? And then
Arm will come
out of
out.
the sand, grab you. Ah! It's over. I'm done. I'm
dead.
I'm dead. Yeah.
I'm
it's
dead.
just-
I'm dead.
It's
Dave,
just-
you didn't want to go do that?
No, I've been talking about it right now. I'm like,
I'm nervous just talking
absolutely
about
not. Absolutely not. There's no way in hell. I wasn't there for that.
it. Yeah.
And I was like, I don't need beer for this.
No, I'm not.
I don't need a beer for
I
this.
don't need any wine.
I don't need
this.
to be here for this.
Yeah. I was like, absolutely not.
Here, red wine looks like blood. I gotta go.
I gotta go.
Yeah.
I'm out. Oh my god, that's awesome.
So yeah, I don't know. We've been.
That's pretty out there.
Yeah, we've been kind of ducking and diving with COVID, and we were kind of fully open last Thanksgiving,
Yeah.
and then Omicron hit. We had to lay off a bunch of people again just to get through it, and now we're building up again. So we're gonna open a basement bar back up, and the theme is night school. So we're gonna teach everybody in the dining room about cocktails, and you get 5 different classes that you can take, and it's got food correlating with it. And at that point, we'll be pretty much fully open. We'll have an upstairs rooftop experience.
Yep. I saw James is doing that.
So James is doing he's doing a one-off.
Oh, is it the seafood thing?
His thing's raw. Yeah, he's literally like the theme is raw. So seafood,
Right on.
whatever it is. So he's gonna do like a 15-course, 16-course thing. I'm gonna play the backup. I'll be backup fiddle on that with
There you
him and Bob too. But that's just gonna be like a 3-nighter.
Okay.
So those are like these one-offs. So it's like it's like
He's only 3 nights.
yeah, I think it's 3 nights.
Okay.
It's, Thursday,
the
Friday,
line.
Saturday. So
Get
I
your
don't know.
tickets.
Get your tickets. Yeah, it's just one of those things where
Are you still doing the reservations for the place, like buying tickets for a show?
yeah.
Yeah. You just go on your website.
Yep, go on the website,
Yep.
check it out, and
It's
figure out what
it's
experience you want to do.
That's so cool. Just
Nouvelle's a brewery. You just come in.
the brewery just go in, but for Travail, for the options, you literally just go to the website, and it's like buying a ticket to a show.
Exactly, and it's kind of built that way, where it's like, what are we? We're doing night school for however long, and we'll probably change it, somewhere in the middle of summer, and then like sometime in the fall we'll end up doing a different theme in the basement bar. And
Great idea.
September last year was Simpsons Bar, which we might pivot back to because it was really successful and people really loved it. It's basically everything, food and drink, was built around
Simpsons theme.
Simpsons seasons and stuff like that. So,
Fun.
yeah, we're waiting for the cease and assist on that. It's called the Simps Bar.
The Simps.
Yeah, but yeah. So
simp.
the night school is going to run for like summertime, and we're going to do a couple different themes in there and change different things up so you can try different classes. But honestly, it's like you come in and you're going to do like the tequila flight.
Yeah.
It is meant for you to learn
How to make cocktails.
how the cocktail's made, why like what tequila comes from, how we use it the way we use it.
Yep.
How it fits into like
Who are you collabing with that on? Or who are you bringing in?
Nick Kosovich, and we brought a new director in.
Is he the Bitters Cube dude?
Yep.
Yeah, he's
So,
awesome.
Yeah, he and David is our bar director. He just moved back from New York, and he's been doing some work out there. But they're together they're gonna build this bar team again and do this thing.
I love the classes idea, man.
It's gonna be fun.
That sounds fun.
I'm gonna learn.
Yeah, right.
I'm like,
that's what I'd be into too.
Like I know, but I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
I don't know all this shit. Like
Yeah.
there's layers of it that I have to I'm gonna have to file in.
Put some time in.
Put some time in to understand it. Because
That's cool.
Yeah, it's gonna be sweet. So that'll activate the top level and the bottom level. Then the main level we just keep for the one-offs and events right now. And sometimes we'll bring guests in there, and we can do little specialty things for different. We have members for Travail, so we do little things for them there. And but Nouvelle is we're opening up the beer garden this summer. It's gonna be the whole parking lot. It's a big beer garden. It's gonna double the size of the place. People just come and drink and nosh
Yeah, right.
all day. It's just
Is it like a tent? We're
we're gonna do the big sails, like those big.
Oh, cool.
Big sails to create some shade, but it's just big, wide open area.
Fun.
Yeah,
It's gonna be a good summer.
it'll be fun summer. Yeah, and then Dream Creamery will be open, and it's just like a takeout scoop shop. So that'll be the summer of 2022. That'll be the vibes that we're throwing out there.
I like it. I'm excited, man. I'm excited to come hang out. Well, I just wanted to say thanks to both of you for coming down and hanging out with me.
Yeah.
And thanks to the Blue Duck for letting us use their beautiful space. This restaurant
Yeah, no kidding.
is gorgeous.
It's nice to meet in the middle.
Yeah. So
know?
that you didn't have to come all the way down to Harmony.
Yeah.
We'll probably.
What did I say? What do you think? You're Joe Rogan? You mean to freaking drive all the way down there, do a podcast, and drive home? You meet in the middle somewhere? And he's like, actually, Rochester would be a pretty good spot. I'm like, yeah, let's find somewhere in Rochester. God.
What do you think you are, Joe Rogan? No, I don't. But
I go, what do you think? You're Joe Rogan?
Yeah, that's true.
oh well,
It's like
I love you guys. You're my brothers, and I have to. No, I'm just kidding.
We love you too.
I love you. I love you. All right. Thanks everybody for hanging out, and look for the next week's podcast. All right. Take care.
We're gonna talk about this restaurant life. So let's get into it tonight. It's a blessing as well as strife. So grab your fork and get your knife. 'Cause there's so much more to this restaurant life. Yeah, there's so much more to this restaurant life. So much more to this restaurant life. Let's go!